Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Wednesday Night War between AEW Dynamite and NXT Ring Report. Man, the Wednesday Night War picks up a notch as we have the Dusty Rhodes Classic as these teams compete in the legendary Dusty Rhodes Classic tournament. You know what I'm talking about, the American Dream, baby. American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Yeah, Dusty Rhodes Classic kicked up a notch. Even in the women's, right here. Yeah, the women's coming up as well. And we'll have that hellacious pit match between Timothy Thatcher and Tommaso Ciampa. It was hellacious indeed. Also, we'll have AEW Dynamite, where AEW celebrated Negative One's birthday and gave lineups to Beach Break. I don't even know why they're doing beach break and it's still gonna be winter. It's cold. It ain't the summer yet. I don't know why. Then Sting and Darby Allen come, comes face to face. And what is AEW champion Kenny Omega and more has in store? Well, all I can say is hopefully Kenny Omega better know what he's doing with Don Callis because I don't know what's going on. All this and more when the pro wrestling show starts after the countdown.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the Raw, not the Raw, but the WWE NXT and AEW Ring Report for the night, the Wednesday Night War, and continue on. But first things first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling Show here on Connect. And thank you all for watching here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We got a lot to get to, but I want to take this time out to congratulate the new president elect, Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris, the vice president, now president of the United States and vice president of the United States. Kudos to them. Hopefully, we can get the ball rolling in America and have civility. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, civility. Because the last previous administration didn't do so. So, okay, let's move on from that. All right, let's get to the AEW Ring Report. As you see right here, the AEW Ring Report. Well, AEW kicked off with Matt Hardy and his boys' private party going against Top Flight and Matt Sydal. Well, the match was good and grand. It was so many spots throughout the match. You know, Top Flight, known as a high flying hybrid team as well as Private Party. But Matt Hardy has been trying to get Private Party to give him a percentage of their earnings. And Private Party has done so. So Private Party decided to take up Matt's teachings and play dirty. And man, oh man, Private Party went crazy and bananas. They attacked Top Flight and Max Sydal. I think the finish was Isaiah Cassidy hit the splash and used the chair. I think Mark Quinn. So Top Flight, Power Party taking the tutelage under Matt Hardy, being the heels and stuff. So I guess this might work for them. Just being heels and Top Flight finding somebody to feud with. But interesting feud on that. Also, Miro defeated Chuck, and now Chuck is his new butler, a servant, a maid servant, or what you want to call it. So until beach break, Penelope Ford was in action against a jobber, and she won her match. So they're getting ready for that wedding that they're planning in 2 weeks on beach break. Penelope Ford and Kip. So Miro is the best man.
So we have to see going forward, Miro and them. So hey, this is what it is. Also, Sting, the man they call Sting. Tony Schiavone was in the ring interviewing Sting and TNT champion Darby Allin. And Sting gave his endorsement to Darby. And then Team Taz came out there. So it's a feud where Darby Allin and Team Taz still have unfinished business. And Sting stuck his nose in Team Taz's business. And Team Taz want revenge on Darby Allin and Sting. Well, they get so I guess Sting trying to put the rub on Darby Allin going forward. And it's a nice rub for Sting and Darby Allin. Like they looking at Darby Allin as the next Sting. He was like 5 inches taller, but to each his own. But Darby Allin has charisma just like Orange Cassidy. I couldn't see it at first, but Orange Cassidy does have that charisma. He just has that uncanny charisma, just like Darby Allin. You know how that go. Also, Kenny Omega did a segment with the Young Bucks. Well, the Young Bucks did a segment with Kenny Omega's handler, the Invisible Hand, Don Callis, or what you want to call his agent or his advisor. Don Callis and Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks saw a portrait of them ripped, and it was like in a, I hate to say it, it was like in a gay manner. And I don't know if that's going on with Don Callis, but to each his own. But there's been rumors and reports. Jim Cornette put that out there about Kenny Omega's sexuality. He likes girls or boys. That's his business. Whose business is it but his? But I don't know what Don Callis said about Kenny Omega. Taking him under his wing, and now Kenny Omega, the AEW champion, even appearing at Impact, winning that match, that huge impactful match. So Kenny Omega could be in line for the Impact World title because he been the Impact champion. But would it be for the next pay per view, title for title? I think they're just trying to help him out as they go. Because Impact, they they getting some attention, but it's not like it used to be. So does that make sense? Also, uh, the Young Bucks. Well, the main event. Well, that wasn't the main event. We'll go to Peter Avalon went against Cody Rhodes in a good match. So Peter Avalon trying to thought he was Rick Rude, but he ain't no Rick Rude. And beat the starch out you. But Cody won. Cody gave him a good lengthy match to give him a spotlight. And so Pretty People Avalon, I guess, they're trying to make him like the Rick Rude of AEW. Ugh. God. Also, the Heyman Page in the Dark Order were in a huge 6-man tag team action, and they went against Chaos Project, a huge 8-man tag. Yeah, it's me. So yeah, 8-man tag. But I still wanted to know if Heyman was going to interested in joining the Dark Order. Well, Heyman still under consideration, but he didn't give a commitment. But now they just want to know. Heyman saying no, and then Dark Order. I don't know if it's gonna turn on them or they're gonna do something devastating. Because the original plan was for Bro Lee to fight Heyman Page, but since Bro Lee had passed on, I don't know what they're gonna go with that going forward. But they won their match, so hey, that's nice. Even they celebrated -1's birthday. It was nice and sweet, but I don't want them to keep on exposing the kid and exploiting him and stuff. So you know how that go, but it is what it is. But he had a nice birthday cake, but I tell you that. Also, the main event was Sammy, the the inner circle, where you had Sammy Hager. I don't know who came up with that. That's like a The Rocket name, which The Rocket did appear on there. Where it was MJF and Chris Jericho and Santana Ortiz. Many people thought the obvious choice was gonna be Santana Ortiz since they got more experience as a tag team and they were former tag team champions in Impact. Well, everything came discombobulated, and next thing you know, Jericho and MJF are now the new number one contenders to challenge the Young Bucks for the World Tag Team titles next time going forward. So the heel team of Jericho and MJF, will they get along? Will they coexist? Only time will tell on that. So also, here's coming up next week on Impact, on not Impact, but AEW. Man, what call AEW Impact? Well, the Young Bucks team up with Good Brothers, the two tag team champions from different promotions. The Young Bucks, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, and the Good Brothers, the Impact World Tag Team Champion, team up against the Dark Order. So this is going to be a huge, interesting match as the champions on the same team can't coexist and they won't get along because the Bucks felt like the Good Brothers snubbed them at that 6-man tag of being an elite. And now things have turned differently, and will they all coexist and work together? Only time will tell. Also, Dash Hart will go against Jungle Boy, and they're entangling a feud against Jurassic Express (FTR). So that's next week. Jungle Boy gets his shine against Dax Hartwell 1-on-1. And then my sister want to fight Marco Stunt. I want to take him on. I don't know why, but you know how they go. And Tully Blanchard and Cash Wheeler will be at ringside with Doc, as well as with Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marco Stunt. I don't know why Luchasaurus think he's an intelligent monster. He's supposed to be a monster of crazy means, if you ask me. Also, the grudge match between Eddie Kingston and Lance Archer comes to a head next week on AEW Dynamite as these two men fight to the finish, and they finally get their hands on each other 1-on-1. So that's gonna be good to see. Also, Shaq and Cody. Cody responds to Shaq. I don't know if Shaq said something. I will see if he did. I'll let you know on that. Yeah. In 2 weeks, a tag team battle royal for a title shot for at Revolution. So we'll have to see going forward on that. So I don't know if the inner circle gonna put themselves in there since Jericho and MJF are the official inner circle team tag team challenge. I don't know for sure, but I guess they're gonna do that. I guess they had to battle amongst each other to see. Also, this hard feud, this feud comes to an end between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker have their pot shots. Now they go against each other 1-on-1. So it should be good going forward. All right. That ends the AEW Ring Report. Let's move forward. Let's move forward to the NXT Ring Report. On NXT tonight, NXT was all about the Dusty Rhodes tournament in this pit fight cage. You see right here, to my what's his name? Timothy Thatcher. But we'll tell you later on what was going on. Let's get to handling some business. Well, it was a Dusty Rhodes classic, like Dusty Rhodes say, take care of business, baby. Well, you see right here, Leon Ruff and Takeshita team joining forces as a team to go against the team of Johnny Gargano and Austin Theory, The Way. And it was for the Dusty Rhodes Classic, putting this excellence amongst tag team, showcasing tag team excellence between them shelling as a team. Gargano, the NXT North American champion, with a drop kick. He's still entangling the feud with Kushida. Know what's going on. Leon Ruff and Austin Theory. Leon Ruff, a former NXT champion. I think he's gonna feud with Austin Theory. Austin, next thing you know, John Gargano hits a enziguri, and then Kushida hits a suplex. Kushida and Leon Ruff advance into the Dusty Rhodes tournament. Thus, that make if Kushida had did that and pinned John Gargano, then it makes him likely the number one contender for the NXT North American Championship going forward. So we'll see on that. Also, also, uh, Karrion Cross, I like to say Killer Cross, he was in action as he went against Shanti something, but he made quick work of him and left Ashanti outlaying. Then one of Ashanti's friends came out there trying to help save Ashanti. He got choked for his trouble. And Karrion Cross and Scarlett looking ahead. I guess, there you go. Karrion, will he ever get the NXT title? We got to wait and see. Also, Imperium was in the Dusty Rhodes Classic as well. Lucha House Party was from Monday Night Raw. See these images right here, trying to stop the count, stop the pin, and trying to do all these innovative moves. And Lucha appearing with that, Fabian and doing that. But Lucha House Party won the match, and I guess who the hell was that? I guess that's Walter. I guess they disappointed Walter. I guess. Speaking of that, for the first time, the women will be in the Dusty Rhodes tournament. They have their own separate entity. But Caitlin Curran and Cross went against Mercedes Martinez and Tony Storm. It's right here. Caitlin Carter and Casey tried to take it to Mercedes, but Tony Storm hit the German suplex. But it was lack of miscommunication, and next thing you know, Io Shirai returned her receipt to Mercedes Martinez. It cost her the match, and Casey and then won, which I'm shocked at that. I would have thought Mercedes Martinez and Tony Storm would have won, but that's a shocker that they won. I can't believe that. Also, Bronson Reed was in action. He had some job on, I guess. Wasn't that much of a big deal. Bronson Reed, who favors himself as the next Bam Bam Bigelow and Vader and Yokozuna. He like those big man wrestlers, and who can blame him? Doing the moves like they used to do and doing the splash right there and got the 1, 2, 3. Also, Cruiserweight champion Sasco Escobar, one with La Familia, was in the ring boasting and bragging about his accomplishments by being NXT champion, NXT Cruiserweight champion. And he gets kicked by his trouble by Lucha House Party. And I forgot his name, um, Ben Carter or something. So Lucha House Party and then did some work to La Familia. In the main event was Timothy Thatcher. As you see right, Timothy Thatcher, he no stranger. This might be his specialty, a fight pit match. Timothy Thatcher won the first one against Matt Riddle, and Curran was special guest referee. And this was, I guess, it was Matt Riddle's send off to the main roster. Well, he went against Tommaso Champion, and they took the action from outside of the pit until inside the pit. You see right here, Tommaso Champion stumping away, even trying to use it as a barrier to gallopot Timothy Thatcher onto the cage. Then they finally got into the cage and then went dirty, gritty to the nitty gritty. And Timothy Thatcher, that's his favorite thing, choking folks. Then trying to apply the sleeper, like an ankle lock or some wrist lock. Even right here, just these guys just beating the hell out of each other. Even trying to slam each other through the door. Timothy Thatcher, known for that hard fight, hybrid action, even used the cage and used Tommaso Ciampa's legs to try to bend it with all his might. And Tommaso Ciampa had no choice but to tap out. It was a great match. It was like the last when AEW Dynamite ended. It's like the last 6, 8 minutes, and it was great seeing that Timothy Thatcher finally won. So Timothy Thatcher finally got something under his notch of what he had done. All right, that is the NXT Ring Report. All right, let's get to some quick hot topics. All right, on hot topics this week. Now we told you that WrestleMania will be coming in these three locations. You have Raymond James Stadium, WrestleMania coming to Tampa this year. Next year be Dallas, and then the year after that be LA. Now, especially for the one in Tampa, now we're getting official reports from Stephanie McMahon about the whole thing about how they're going to bring fans back. And you see right here, Stephanie said that this
things that she's trying to do, trying to work different mechanics to bring WrestleMania into Tampa. So they want WrestleMania to be the restart for fans to come back. So they're gonna, like Stephanie was saying, she wants to follow Super Bowl. So Super Bowl will be in Tampa this year, and they want to see how the Super Bowl is going to do what they're going to do and follow procedures in the roll call. So let's see on that. Also, Mark Henry and Ryback continue their feud going forward. Ryback said some nasty stuff to Mark Henry, and Mark Henry threatened to kill him and stuff. Ryback wanted to say the same thing. I think in wrestling, my opinion is, you know, where Ryback thought he was gonna be like the Ultimate Warrior, and Ryback had that. You know, when you think about it, when Ryback really started, he had that chant, "Feed me more," and the fans were behind him. But WWE decided to deregulate that push. So I get Ryback's point, I get Mark Henry's point. You can't disrespect the wrestling business after they help feed you and stuff. So that's totally wrong. But you know how that go. So hopefully Ryback and Mark Henry can put their differences aside and stuff. But this wrestling, so they ain't gonna do that. So you know how that go. And the tweet of the day was Kevin Nash sent a tweet about Trump's last speech. And Big Sexy Kevin Nash sent the tweet saying that he's glad former President Donald Trump is out of office and new President Joe Biden is. So, well, we had to just see as we go. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. Predict the outcome for the Wednesday night ring reports for AEW and NXT. So we'll see you this weekend for more hot topics and the SmackDown ring report on our weekend edition. So for me being Kendrick saying so long, and we'll see you this Friday. Not this Friday, but this weekend. See you later.